Yeah, well, that was what, from 100, not 100.
2007,
or
I
8.
think. So, yeah, what, 15, 20 years. Yeah. It used to fit me when I was a kid.
What?
Yeah, when I got it.
No, fuck off. Chatting shit.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Background Football Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Background Football Podcast, and I'm here again with my co-host Frank.
Hello.
How you doing, Frank? You all good?
Very good, very good. I've just tossed a coin. Call it.
Heads.
If it's tails, Tottenham are going to win the final.
They're not. That's quite a good place to start. We'll start with last week's European football.
Yeah.
We actually did a podcast last week, but the audio didn't record, so we don't actually have it, which is a bit annoying.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
Talking about the incredible Inter-Barcelona game, and that's kind of old news now.
Yeah.
So we'll skim through the Champions League, talk about Europa League a bit, and then just talk about other. We'll just have a little ramble about the league and the weekend this season.
Yeah.
Weekend just gone. Sorry. So the Barcelona game. What a game of football it was.
Best game of football watched in years. Easily the best game. We have already spoken about it. But amazing. Yamal announced himself even more to the world.
Yeah. And Inter, desire, grit, managed to find a way. And
Baresi. Not Baresi.
That's
Serbia.
Serbia, yeah. What a moment.
Yeah, I know.
What a moment.
Especially with him. To be fair, one thing we didn't talk about was his journey.
Well, he went through, he had testicular cancer.
Yeah, and had suffered from alcoholism before it.
Recovered, and at the ripe old age of 37.
Yeah, scored.
I just hoping to win the Champions League.
So do I.
It's not even from a thing of like we got knocked out by PSG, because when I look at the PSG side, I don't hate them.
I quite like them.
I actually like like a lot of their players.
Yeah, I more just prefer Inter.
Inter as a club is just it's more historic, it's more romantic. Do you know what I mean?
I love their defence as well.
It's just Bastonia, Serbi, and even was it Bisek?
Yeah,
he looked alright. But I know they've got like Pavard as well. I don't know.
I forgot about him.
Must be injured.
Fucking hell, what a defence that is with Pavard in.
Dumfries and
Pavard
DeMarco.
is such a good player as well. Yeah. Mad, I forgot about him.
Yeah. So, one of the greatest games I've seen in a long, long time. Yeah. Well, since the week before.
Yeah. But I guess as a whole semi-final.
As a semi-final, we'll look back at that in 10, 15 years.
You know what? It's up there with one of the best games I've ever watched. From a neutral point of view, anyway.
Because I think that's why I enjoyed it so much, because I was so purely neutral.
Yeah,
I didn't really mind who was going to go through.
I wanted Barca, but I still really like Inter. Didn't really mind too much.
I feel like football can sometimes be so much more enjoyable. When you're not rooting for one team.
100%.
And you're kind of just like, I'm just going to sit back and just enjoy this game, because it's just a really good...
beautiful game.
We'll skim through that. Kind of already, everyone's been talking about it.
Yeah.
Arsenal PSG, unfortunately, didn't have enough to make it through. I actually don't think we played that badly. But throughout the two legs, they were definitely the better team.
I think
it's the same old problem for us.
You didn't show enough. You didn't show enough to do them over. As soon as you did, until they scored the first goal in the second leg. I think after they scored that first goal, your heads just went.
I think the difference between the two sides, I think it's obvious. First 20 minutes of the first leg, they punish us.
Yeah.
And we were all over them. First 20 minutes, didn't punish them.
No, it's true.
And I think that's the main difference. That's one of the reasons why we just haven't been at the heights. Not heights, but like as good as the last couple of seasons. I think.
Yeah.
You know, it's obvious.
Yeah.
I think.
No, yeah,
we don't take our chances.
No, you haven't. Yeah.
Even in the game yesterday, I don't know if you saw, but we had like 2 really good chances. We could have been 2-0 up, and then Liverpool go and score 2, and then it's like it's the same old story. It's been the story of our season. We don't kill it. We don't finish our chances.
You haven't got that killer bite
in our attack
to get it over the line. Yeah, and to be fair, PSG did have chances as well.
Yeah, they did.
Which they didn't take, but yeah.
But do you know what I mean? Like, we score early. Like that save from Donnarumma was outrageous. That was hit hard.
That one from Odegaard.
That was hit hard.
What a save! Yeah.
So, but I'm Donnarumma's a great keeper.
Yeah, and it's
but I actually don't think he was like the difference.
No, I don't think
he's the difference because Raya made a few really good saves.
Yeah, no, I don't think he was. I think they were just. They were just better.
They're just better. You've got to hold your hands up. And I didn't like Arteta coming out.
One of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. I know. What, you're the best team in the competition? By what? Like, don't get me wrong, you had a good run, beat Madrid, but like, what are you on about? Why are you not?
You know what I think it is? I think it's just like emotions.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's just like the disappointment, and then he's just said something that he's probably looked back at it the day after and been like, why did I say that?
I think it shows his naivety, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
I'm not sure naivety. I think just stubbornness and just like his failure to accept.
Not naivety. Just it showed his lack of experience.
Maybe.
I think because like an experienced manager, seasoned Champions League manager would be like, yeah, done it. I just think he was.
Yeah, like to try and say we were the better team over 2 legs is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's just
and
ridiculous.
the best team in the competition.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
You've got Barca, Inter.
Yeah.
PSG,
but it'll be a good final.
It will be
a very good final, I think.
Yeah.
Styles make the
I mean,
final.
I hope it's similar to the Barca Inter game.
It won't be though.
Nah,
PSG don't play like that.
It's gonna be a midfield.
It's gonna be a tactical battle.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a midfield battle. Because I think Inter won't play as much as they did against Barca. In the
PSG will dominate the ball.
Yeah.
And then Inter will play like they always do,
yeah.
solid, compact, and break on the counter.
Yeah.
And you know.
Yeah.
It could go either way. I want Inter to win.
I want Inter.
I really want Inter.
I wouldn't mind PSG winning either. I like Enrique. I like the way they play.
Yeah, I love
players.
Enrique.
Yeah, Enrique is what a manager.
What a guy.
Actually, what?
Just what a guy as well, man.
Yeah, and you know what? It'd be nice for. It's the first time PSG have actually kind of been a team, as opposed to superstars.
Long.
Yeah, in so long.
And it'll be quite funny as soon as Mbappe leaves it with the Champions League.
Exactly.
So yeah, we'll move on to the Europa League. It's a fucking awful final.
Great final
between United and Spurs. I mean, taking my Arsenal hat off as a spectacle, I think it'll be a good.
It will be.
It'll be a good game. An all English final. You're both appalling in the league.
We've had the exact same season.
Yeah, you're both
the exact same season.
You're sitting in 17th and 16th at the time of recording.
And one of us is playing in the Champions League next year.
And it's just like, I mean, fair play to getting there, for getting there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the fact that you played Bodo Glimt in the semis, I don't know, just something about that just doesn't sit right with me. I feel like
it was the Champions League teams not dropping down has played such a huge.
It's made it easier to win. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm not putting that against you or United.
It's just a fact. Yeah.
I just think maybe they should add that back in where, the teams who get knocked out in the, I guess it'd be round of 16, the playoff games, would then drop into the Europa League maybe. I don't know how you could do that.
I know what you mean. I think they need to maybe do something. I don't know if that is the answer, but I agree. It's maybe something. Because normally Europa League, you get to the semis and you actually got some pretty fucking decent teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think we played like Atletico Madrid in the quarters one time, and it's like.
No, I know. I hear it. I'm not complaining though.
No.
Because Bodo Glimt.
I mean, it would turn either of your seasons into an actually really maybe not really successful, but successful.
I mean, I like if you take it purely on what going into next season in terms of what you're.
It's a money game.
Yeah, I mean money. Playing Champions League, attracting players, and winning a major trophy.
Yeah,
A major European trophy. That, I mean...
There's a lot on the line.
Yeah,
There's a lot on the line.
There's
because
never...
both of your clubs, you know, at the moment should be like Champions League like minimum, really.
I think there's more on the line
or European
for us,
football
purely on the basis of attracting players and maybe a manager, because I think United will always have that pool. They'll always have that pool. But if you're a player and you're looking at Tottenham, just finished 17th. 1-0, graveyard for managers, graveyard. No, not necessarily graveyard for players, but
it's tough.
Tough
environment
club,
to go into.
Tough club, and you're like, and they're not paying big money. Whereas you look at United, but then
in terms of wages, you mean?
Yeah, wages, and then you're looking at the. But if we win the Champions League, one, that's more money to spend.
Europa League.
And we're playing in the Champions League next year. Then it's like. You're a player, you're like, okay, you can see.
Yeah, London,
London, big club. London will be white, and
until you beat us, it won't be. Man, I'm so fucking salty about it. I can't lie.
Yeah, you guys just don't know how to react because it's just.
Well, it's like the most Arsenal thing ever.
You've just fallen off a cliff.
It's the most Arsenal thing ever. Somehow, like our two. You could argue two biggest rivals fight out for a trophy and a place in the Champions League when they're just doing so badly, and we're still the second best team in the league.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, we're second
for now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've still,
even
though we've had a poor season, I mean, we're still like just in, and we're still going to get Champions League.
No,
we're
it's
still
true.
Gonna...
No, I know. I think it's the fact that we've had some of the worst seasons in our histories or recent histories.
Yeah.
And one of us is actually going to have a better season than you.
Like you won't. You're not going to see me if you win.
Yeah,
if you win, you're not going to see me for a while. I'm going to go into the hiding. Can't I?
It's going to be so good.
So yeah, moving on to, I guess we'll have a brief discussion about the games that have just gone.
Yeah.
City dropped points against Southampton in the race.
It's a shame actually because they were. They were on your heels.
Newcastle beat Chelsea in a big clash.
Yeah.
Jackson got sent off. I watched the first half.
I didn't watch it.
But Newcastle got the job done. They did what they needed to do. And then Arsenal-Liverpool. Yeah. Did you watch it at all?
No.
So it was quite an entertaining game, I thought. I think weirdly, because neither of us have really anything to play for.
Yeah, it's just. You're just playing for pride, isn't it?
Yeah, we're playing for pride, and it was actually good. The fact it was 2-0 at half time, right? 2-0 at half time at Anfield can turn bad quickly. Do you know what I mean? Like I was kind of thinking, mate, we're gonna get slaughtered here.
Yeah, which to be fair would have actually been horrific for you guys because you would have just
demoralising and just like
proper season
proper like salt in the wound kind of thing.
Down. Yeah.
So we actually did well to claw back into it.
Yeah, Marino. You love your red cards.
Oh mate, no, I can't even complain about it. It was just.
I didn't actually see it. Was it a blatant second yellow? Yeah.
Can't complain about it. It was just he looked knackered.
Yeah.
Poor touch. Tried to make up for it.
Yeah.
It was a yellow. Yeah. But no, it was Odegaard looked second half like we played well.
Yeah.
Played quite well. Odegaard looked better. He's shooting.
Yeah.
He started to shoot, and it's like 3 weeks. It's like months too late, and it's kind of
a great time to start. I will say, yeah.
God. But it's like he actually just looked like kind of old. He just had more purpose.
Yeah.
And just like when he could have a shot, he had a shot, and he had the one that led to the Marino goal.
Okay.
It's from an Odegaard. Have you seen any of it?
No.
Oh, fucking hell. Football podcast. You haven't even watched the highlights.
It doesn't matter. No, these games don't matter.
But if we're going to talk about you need to watch the highlights.
League's done. League's done.
Fucking hell.
Only Europe matters.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess we're just waiting for the season to end so we can get into summer.
I think for you guys, it's about next year.
But it's also
That's it.
we've got so it's obviously a huge summer for us. We need to do our business early.
Yeah,
Get the players in, get everyone pre-season, get them all on the. I don't know where we're going, probably America or somewhere. Get them all on the tour, get all the business done, or the big ones anyway. And it started off like that. It's seeming like Zubamendi's actually going to come to us.
Yeah, I mean it's here we go, no?
It's here we go.
Yeah,
that looks like that's going to happen, and Zubamendi's
a
a good player. He's a good player. He's good age, and Jorginho's leaving. Partey will probably get another contract. I mean, we should do, right?
I think he probably
because otherwise we have to replace him as well, and then that's just more money.
Yeah, Zubamendi's a 6. No, so
he's a 6, but
it'll probably be slowly integrate between Partey.
That's what I mean. And Partey, he's been fit all season.
Yeah,
which for him.
No, it's true.
Because people forget his injury record's not great.
No. In terms of a player, he is a great player. As a person, don't know if he should be playing, but that's another situation.
But we can bed Zubamendi in. He might take a year. Yeah. Or half season at least. Yeah. Because different league.
No, it's true. I mean,
different country.
Rodri, I mean, Rodri took a good year.
Yeah, exactly. Even I'm trying to think, just a lot of players. They come in, find their feet, and I'm sure he will be good.
Yeah, I think you guys you need you need the players, but you need to inject back in a way of playing. I don't know. I feel like you've lost that this year. Even before you got the injuries, you guys were not playing as you had been in the last couple of years.
So it's the attack. Yeah. Really, right? If we go bring in, it's the lack of form from mainly Odegaard.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think we rely too much on him as the creative spark. So when he's not at it, and he hasn't been at it at all, so you're almost where's the creativity? I mean, Saka, but obviously Saka's missed a large chunk of the season. We just need more depth up front.
Yeah, 100%.
We just need more depth.
And just another option who's going to really offer something big. Because you look at Martinelli, personally, I've never rated him. Don't think he offers that much. Trossard offers a good bit off the bench, I would say. Very, very good squad player.
For me, I'd keep Martinelli and Trossard if we can.
Yeah.
Then we bring in someone like Gyökeres. I think he'd be my favourite out of the realistic options. Because, I'm hearing Seshko again, but it's a risk.
Big risk.
It's a risk. Gyökeres would be somewhat of a risk.
Yeah, Gyökeres as well, but Seshko also.
He's
older. At least Gyökeres has proven a bit.
He's older, more experienced. I feel like he could come and handle the pressure.
No, I agree.
And I feel like he could, actually do. I don't know.
No.
I think he could do well.
No, I do agree. I think Seshko is.
It's a punt, and I don't think we need a punt at this point.
That's the last thing you fucking.
We don't need to go punt on some young guy. And
I think you need.
And then it'd be another winger, I think.
I think you need a killer winger, but it's not many.
Yeah.
Well, not many that are realistic.
Yeah, because Nico Williams, we've been linked with, but he hasn't actually had a very good season statistics wise. Yeah. But he is quite raw, so maybe we could afford to. If we've got him, Martinelli, and Trossard, and Ranieri, and Saka.
Yes, it's not bad.
You've got options. Suddenly you've got options. I look at Liverpool and I'm like, Gakpo, Diaz, Jota.
Yeah, it's true,
Nunes hasn't been great, but then obviously Salah.
Yeah,
but all these guys are just you bring in Jota off the bench, it's we've got Sterling on the bench and a 17-year-old.
Yeah, that's true.
And Ranieri's a talented player, but you can't.
No, you can't rely on him.
You can't rely on him. He's not Yamal.
No.
So
it's no, I do agree. I think it'd be interesting actually, if you got Williams.
Yeah.
You could kind of see him doing well. But also, again, it's a risk.
But then it's who? And then Mbeumo or someone like this?
Yeah.
But he's more on the right.
I can't see him at you. I don't know why.
Yeah, I feel like he's not a very Arteta type player.
No. I think you guys need not rely on set pieces as much. Nicholas Jova
He can
needs
fuck
to
off,
go,
man.
man. He needs to go.
No, he just needs to stop getting so much fucking screen time.
That's his fault.
But it just pisses me off. Every
know.
single time we have a free kick, the camera just pans to him, and it's like they create this narrative of like just
but
he's so important.
I feel like he kind of plays up to it. He's on the sidelines doing all this shit. Like against PSG, no, one thing that stood out to me against PSG, I think it's the 93rd minute, you have a throw-in, and it's Partey strolls over, takes at least 30 seconds to take it, and you need to score 2 goals. And it's just like, fucking hell, that...
Yeah, something's got to change. Something's got to change. But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting till next season. Typical, isn't it?
Next season,
it's actually true. I can't lie. It's just true. We're always just, we're always one piece away or a few players away, and just like this time next year, it'll be like, if we just buy this guy.
Yeah, I know. I tell you what though, next year, if you don't win anything, there's got to be questions around Arteta.
I mean, there's questions.
There's questions now, but like next year, and to be fair, next year if you don't win anything, I think he's got to go. Yeah. Personally.
I think I'd actually have to agree.
I think, and it's not to take away of the job he's done, but
I'd have to agree. Like if we can't get over the line next season, then it's like.
Then
I think we've just got to go again.
Yeah.
Not with it, like bring someone else in, and just maybe someone more experienced.
Because I think as well, it's different to be said about last year, because last year you were so close. I think this year you're actually really far off.
Oh yeah, of course we are.
Like in the league, like even the Champions League. I know you got to the semis, but I still think you looked way off it. Yeah. Personally, so I think next year you have to win something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I mean, I'm already looking forward to it. There's going to be a lot of big summers.
Yeah.
City will spend again.
Yeah.
Chelsea need a few players.
Yeah, it'd be interesting what Chelsea do actually. Or they just sign shit again.
I mean, their fucking plan is always just bring in a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Hope he comes good in 5 years.
Yeah. And to be fair, I thought last summer they actually did all right at getting rid of players, and I thought Maresca did all right at narrowing the squad down a bit. But then I feel like, not in terms of signings, but in the signings they just bought the same. It's young players.
It's like Maresca's not even in charge of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's an issue.
Yeah.
Well, he shouldn't have full control. Definitely not.
No.
I don't think any manager should have full control.
I agree. Unless you've been there like 10 years.
Yeah, but even that's it's a slippery slope. Unless you're Ferguson.
No, exactly.
Or Pep.
Ferguson or Pep.
We gave Wenger too much power.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a god.
Yeah.
He built the Emirates.
Yeah.
The club was on an upwards trajectory. We got complacent, and then it was 4-4-4-4-4-4, bang.
Yeah.
And he never got sacked because
he was that legend.
But also, he did get us Champions League football consistently.
With some shit teams.
Jesus Christ,
with some fucking shit teams.
I think that's like an underrated aspect.
I actually agree with you.
Because you look at some of our just squads.
Yeah.
We've always had some talented players.
Like early 2010s, like after Van Persie left, that squad was not great. Some very good players. Ozil, Sanchez.
Yeah, Giroud.
Yeah,
but Giroud has his issues. People forget this guy missed so many chances.
Yeah.
He missed so many chances, and he's a great player.
Yeah,
he's a legend.
He is a legend.
But
he became that legend after he left you, and I'm not even trying to have a dig.
No, I think he did.
He actually did.
He turned into
He just refined his game so much to the points he was good at, and then I feel like at you, he was always great, dangerous. But I think after you, he kind of realised, all right, I'm not the main man, and just refined that so much that everywhere he went, Chelsea, Milan, for France, he was
France, he was so good. Didn't even score a goal in that World Cup. One of
the most integral players. Without him, they don't win it
100%.
Easily.
Like that attack of Griezmann, Giroud, and Mbappe is just the balance was just so perfect.
It actually was.
And that whole team, the balance was just so good. That midfield of Kante, Pogba, and Matuidi was just so good.
That midfield. Oh my God, Matuidi doesn't get talked about.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my God, the legs on him.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
He's a nippy little fucker, isn't he?
Yeah, proper. proper.
I used to love Matuidi.
Yeah, no, actually, great
He's a
player.
good player.
I like it. You know what? I really like that old school PSG side with Ibra,
Cavani.
Cavani,
Matuidi.
Lavezzi, Pastore.
Did they have Verratti?
Right,
Probably
I
did.
think he signed
Yeah.
in that team and then grew.
Still, and then Thiago Silva.
Yeah, Marquinhos still knocking about, I think, or just starting.
Marquinhos doesn't get talked about enough.
Yeah, he's been one of the best centre backs in Europe for like the last 8 years.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And like, if PSG win the Champions League,
Mm.
I mean, no. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So back to Marquinhos.
Yeah.
What a guy.
What a
And I
player.
think if he captains PSG, I'm not Ballon d'Or
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they won't give it to centre backs, but like he should be up there
Yeah, you know what?
because they could also win a treble, which I know is not France,
but
different, but
still though, you know what? If they win the Champions League, Dembele's in for a shout.
yeah,
I don't think
something doesn't sit right with me about that.
I don't personally think he should, but I could see them giving it to him.
I kind of could as well, but there's just something about it that just you're bagging a lot in the French league.
Yeah, no, I
Just,
agree.
I don't want to say stat pad, but it
Yeah.
kind of just seems a little
No,
bit like
I actually don't know who's going to win it this year. It's
that.
it's
Rafinha,
I think
Yamal,
and Salah.
Salah. I almost think
I almost
if
think
Inter
Salah should-
or PSG win it, I almost think they should just give it to Salah out of like just the credit
I
he's
think-
built up.
I think Salah should get it. I think I would love Yamal, but I think it's too early for him. I think had Barca won the Champions League,
Yeah.
even then I would have maybe said Rafinha.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's if we're being realistic, I think it'll be Rafinha or Dembele. If PSG win it, if PSG don't win it,
If PSG don't win it, I think it goes to Salah.
I think it should. But this is what I mean. I think they should almost like give him, like you see when Modric won it.
Yeah.
I always feel like they gave it to him. Yes, he had an amazing like individual season, like with Croatia as well, getting to the World Cup final. But it almost just seemed like, you've been such an amazing player for so long. We're just gonna give this to you, because you deserve it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I almost
Which you know what, I don't even mind.
No, I don't mind that. I almost feel like they should do that.
I feel like
give it to Salah.
I feel like the Ballon d'Or should have that sense a little bit around it. And Salah, I think, he's had the best season in Prem history.
Yeah.
Like, and
Got to count
if you
for
look at
something,
that,
right? Won the league.
won the league.
Which I don't know why, but it's getting really downplayed
Yeah, I know.
by salty kind of fans.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's an incredible achievement.
It's unbelievable.
Slot come in. No one expected them to win it.
No, exactly.
And
Knocked City off their perch.
see if they're perch. Yeah, you could say there wasn't a real race, which is true.
But that's also testament to them.
That's testament to them. Yeah.
You know what it is? I think there's been so many teams that have had disappointing seasons that they're just unhappy and they just don't want to give credit to Liverpool because of that. Like, I think you are City, United, Chelsea fans ain't been happy, but I actually think they've had, considering recent years, I actually think they've had a decent season for them. And then the only ones who've had really good seasons are, apart from Liverpool, Newcastle had a great season. Newcastle, you say Villa with the Champions League, and then like your Forest, your Bournemouth, but like who really gives a shit about? People give a shit about Forest, and I do.
Yeah,
but like your Bournemouths, your Fulhams, it's good, fair play, but like all that. Actual,
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Like all the real contenders were at it. What did you think about Trent getting booed?
I think let him go, man. He's just That's what I mean. Like I think it's completely fair enough he wants to go. I mean, if I was him, I'm not sure if I personally would, but like he's won everything at Liverpool. Played such an important role in everything they've won, and now he wants to go to the biggest club in the world.
Biggest club in full history.
In history.
And I get, you being a bit like you're disappointed, you're even annoyed.
Yeah.
Like maybe he could have handled the situation better.
I do agree with that.
I think it's so easy to say that from a perspective of like you're just a fan. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
There's probably so many voices in his ear,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's like he's got to do this and he's got to do that for media purposes. And I don't know. I feel like it's like you can't criticize him for stuff that you don't necessarily know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how like what's happened really.
Yeah.
No one apart from his inner circle and
No,
him
I agree.
really knows.
You know what is who's fucked this is fucking Fabrizio Romano. He's fucking because if Trent, who was just up in the air, you don't know where he's going to sign, and then he comes out at the end of the season. Great. It's been you're right. It's the fucking media circus surrounding the whole situation. Sorry, that's fucking it. It's the I actually don't think it's.
And also, I think, like, the money thing as well. Like, you'd want, if you're a Liverpool fan, you'd at least want like some money for him.
Yeah, I do see that part.
I get that, but I almost blame the club.
Yeah, that's the club's fault. That's not his fault.
Like, if the club knew, like, right, next year he's going to go to Madrid, we know this. You give him. I mean, it's easier said than done, but you try and give him a contract extension, even if it's like a year. So at least you get something.
No, I agree.
But yeah, I can't. We can't sit here and tell Liverpool fans how to feel. I think that's the issue. Like, if it was flipped, and I mean, I'd like to say I wouldn't, but like if Saka was doing the same thing, I don't think I'd boo him. But I don't know. Arsenal fans are not. We've booed players before, but it's
true.
very, very different circumstances.
Yeah. And to be fair, when I wouldn't boo them, but like when Kane left, I was a bit like, I wasn't that mad about it, but I was a bit like, oh come on, man.
Yeah.
Could have stayed.
Yeah, being a one club legend.
Yeah, but I get it.
Yeah.
And I would never boo him.
I just think booing in the stadium to your own players is just a bit classless. I don't know.
I agree. I don't like it. You got to back the team.
Like if you're unhappy with him, that is fine.
Yeah.
Cool. I wouldn't boo him though.
No. The only time I've ever booed one of our own players, and felt completely good about it was when Ndombele was a sub. I can't remember who we were playing with. It's a cup game. We were losing to a shit team, and he got subbed off and just walked off the pitch and trying to piss off the fans. Real booed him.
Yeah.
And I think...
Because there's different circumstances with it. Like, when we booed Xhaka, the club was in just an absolute state.
Mate, that was prime.
It was
Arsenal,
just like...
Just
the most toxic atmosphere.
Yeah.
And we are quite toxic fans.
You are very toxic fans.
I'll admit that. I will admit that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just very different circumstances. I feel like if we had been really successful, that doesn't happen. Like,
no, I agree. Yeah.
Like if we had just won the league the season before and having a bad season, I don't think Xhaka gets booed.
No.
I mean, we boo players who've played for other clubs. We booed fucking Van Persie.
Yeah.
But he left to go to one of our biggest rivals. Do you know what I mean?
Fair.
It's not a direct rival. You could say it's a European rival, cool, but that's not the same thing. If he went to United, I'd 100% get it.
You're going to Madrid, biggest club in the world. Like
you've only got one career.
And it's not like he was just at Liverpool for like a few years. He was there for been there 20 fucking years, or however many, 18 or whatever. I get it, and you can compare him and Gerrard a bit, but
Gerrard didn't have the success of Trent.
Yeah.
So
and to be fair, I actually don't think you should compare him and Gerrard. You should just appreciate Gerrard.
Wish him luck.
Exactly.
Or if you want to boo him in a Madrid shirt, be my guest.
Yeah.
Be my guest. I don't
know.
No,
I agree.
But like now, I'm kind of like I want him to just ball out.
Yeah.
I want him to
I hope he does.
I want him to do so well.
I hope he does really
and just
well.
become like the best right back in the world, like hands down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough environment though. How do you think he's going to do? Because I'm actually like, there's a part.
Well, it looks like Alonso now.
There's a part of me that's actually like a bit not worried for him, but I don't know. That's a tough. Like you make one mistake at the Bernabeu, like the fans are fucking onto you. I mean, remember how they treated Bale?
Oh, horrific.
Like they,
Yeah, actually,
and he was like one of their best
one of
players.
the best players. No, I agree. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think it's the right thing for it. It's what he needs to do to level up as not necessarily as a player, but as just a person in his career.
It's
It's experience. And aside from any of the football, what, are you going to a new country? You've got a new job in a new country. Like
A very lucrative offer, I imagine.
Yeah. Although apparently not as much, I don't think, still a lot, but apparently he turned down a big money from City.
Well, that would cause some problems.
So he's not going.
How do you think he fits into Alonso's system? Do you reckon he'd play right wing back?
Interesting.
Or
do you reckon he'll play back three, Alonso?
Well, I'm assuming yes, but that's only because he's been doing it for years.
I don't know. Yeah, I think if he plays back three, he's got to play a wing back.
Yeah, do you think
to be fair, fucking hell,
there's less defensive responsibility. He's free to just...
He'd be absolutely killer.
With Mbappe, like them balls into Mbappe, Vinicius running behind.
Yeah, and he's learning from these greats. I hope Modric gets another year. I think he is, actually.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be playing till he's 50. Yeah.
And still be like, produce.
He'll still come on in the 70th minute.
And be the best player on the pitch, Sweet, I think we've talked about everything.
I think so.
Was there any more?
I don't think so. Big couple weeks ahead.
Big couple weeks in the end of the season races and the Cups, FA Cup final next week, I think.
I hope Palace win.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course, it'd be great if Palace win.
It'd be unreal.
I've got a bad feeling that they won't.
Same.
But FA Cups are magic of the
I
cup.
I don't know.
Anyway, I mean, they've got to a final. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would just be a bit annoying. Like if City win it, it's kind of like they don't need it.
No, exactly.
Like they'll take it, of course, but it's kind of like.
To be fair, if they get that, then you'd argue they've not salvaged their season, but they've actually managed to pull it out.
Yeah, if they get Champions League and an FA Cup, I mean,
you can't really complain.
From Pep's standards, it's not a good season, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, they'd be the team, if they did that, they'd have the third best season out of any team in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Either Liverpool, then Arsenal United, and then them.
Do you reckon Newcastle? I think Newcastle have had you'd argue they'd have a better season than you, even if you win Europa League.
I don't know.
I think... No, but Newcastle are going into next season in better stead than you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But just
for
in terms of this season.
I can't lie. I'm beginning to think if Newcastle have a big summer, they could be up there, you know?
I don't think they'll challenge yet.
I think they could be around the top three, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they are now.
Yeah.
But I think next season...
they'll be in the Champions League.
Their squad...
I'm not sure they will have a big summer.
I feel like they should. This is when you should.
Yeah, I remember seeing somewhere. I don't know if they can with FFP.
It's almost a shame that.
Yeah, but you know
surely,
what?
but they'll have Champions League money if they get it, which I think they will.
Yeah, they will.
And it's a club on the up.
Yeah.
Richest owners in the world.
Yeah. But
that's an attractive prospect.
No, I know, but you know what? With the richest owners, I feel like that doesn't.
Well,
it doesn't count for as much as it used to. Like FFP is so much harsher. Like they can't do what Abramovich did with Chelsea.
They can't spend as much.
Yeah.
Which is like if I was a Newcastle fan, I'd be a bit annoyed.
No, same.
Because it's like
you've got these owners.
I haven't seen Joe in a while, so I think that's like.
It's coming back soon.
So
Newcastle, Tottenham winning trophies.
No.
And Chelsea.
Some Mickey Mouse tin pot fucking cup. Not the Carabao. I mean the conference.
Yeah.
Like they've fucking. They've played. Who did they play in the semis? It was like Steaua Bucharest or something. I'm like. Yeah. I mean, you gotta play. You only play who's in front of you, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll wrap up there.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching as always. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah. Keep posted for new podcasts in the coming weeks. Discussing end of season. We'll do
predictions.
Yeah, we'll go over our predictions again. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching the Background Football Podcast.